morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really happy to see someone who started this session, Mr. Arun Kumar, and someone who's ending the session, Arun Kumar, again. And just to, out of context, if you go back to the website and see what is Aruna. Aruna is basically related to sun, okay? And in some context, they say he is the charioteer for the sun god. And Aruna is also the red sun, the rising sun and the setting sun, both are red. Okay, so it's something nice to see two people, one starting and one concluding the session now. Let me come to something which I would like to say to all of you is, somewhere down the line, we're all fighting for policies, we are fighting for land, we are fighting for so many things. And somewhere we are forgetting about quality and safety in power plants, right? People are, we see this JNM phase 1, wherein a lot of plants came up, and most of these plants, I think, if you go by what has been shown in the papers, there is a degradation taking place very fast in these power plants. Okay, people have become scary now. As it is, the bankers are very scary. They don't come when you say solar PV power plant, please fund me for this. Okay, and to add to this misery, then power plants are getting degraded, and then some real issues which are happening now. Now, what we did was actually TÜV Rheinland is a German company, and there are several TÜVs. Please don't get confused. There's a TÜV Rheinland, there's a TÜV Nord, there's a TÜV Süd, there's a TÜV Interset. So please don't get confused. They're all different companies. Common thread is they are German companies, and we are more pronounced and we are more focused on renewables. We are the only company which has got 7 labs across the world, and we can cater to the renewable sector. And we have a very big lab in Bangalore which caters to solar PV module testing. 80% of the module manufacturers almost have got their modules tested at our lab. And if you go to any of the power plants, you just look at back of the panel, you will see this symbol. TÜV Rheinland certified, and even Jico Solar, you could have seen that symbol, a triangle symbol, where it says certified by TÜV Rheinland. What you certify is basic for safety and quality. Now we are offering 3 services right now in India. One is the owner's engineer service. This owner's engineer service is basically for people who are investors who are coming first time into this. You have seen jewelers, you have seen infrastructure people coming into this. A whole lot of people coming and investing in this. And today they need some sort of a roadmap. When I say roadmap, what exactly I mean is they need to know how to set up a PV power plant. What are the problems? What are the risks associated with solar? How you have to mitigate this risk? Mitigating risk is basically not managing risk. You have to do away with risk right from the ground level. Now, why I'm telling this is, if you look at the Charanga Park, Mr. Pranav is here. He's from Gujarat. Gujarat Charanga Park, when it was first initiated to have this park there was heavy downpour, and the entire park was flooded with water. Just imagine if there was a 800 megawatt at that time, and people had not known about this, the entire plant would have got electrocuted. You cannot stop this because sun is there and it's conducting. You can't go and cover the panels. Imagine people there, what would have happened to the people there? Luckily, I would thank God that He showed that this is not the way to do a solar park. You need to put drainages, proper drainages to the solar park. Then you see now, we are happy to see an 800 megawatt there. Not much of a problem, right, sir? So this is where you have to mitigate the risks. Now coming to lenders. Now why I am talking about lenders is, you talk about the bankers, you talk about the financial institutions, they're not coming forward. In fact, there was something which was going around in the papers that we have to take out the solar sector or wind sector out of the power sector and give it as a priority sector. I don't know how far it has come. If it is focused as a priority sector, then I think most of the finances can start flowing to the sector. Now here also what is happening is, lenders do not have the roadmap, clear roadmap. In fact, MNRE took a lot of trouble in taking many of the bankers. I was one of the members, one of this, they had been taken to Rajasthan, shown so many power plants working there. But still, at the end of the day, when I asked them, they said no. Some apprehension in the mind. They said no, we will not finance for many of the solar. But anyway, things will change. Day will come once they see the clear roadmap. And that's the reason why we tell and we give them without anything on the ground. Show me the place. We will do the energy yield assessment for that place. We will give you the P50 values, we will give you the P70 values, we will give you the P90 values. The 90% generation from this place can be done if you go through the process. We give them the complete roadmap. There onwards, they start calculating their ROI. So this is the lender's engineer, and for existing power plants, it's a very sad thing which has happened in phase 1. Many plants have started degrading, as I said, and they need some sort of a support. The support is why it has failed, what corrective action you have to take, and here we step in, we go to the power plant, actually add conditions, add site conditions, we test these power plants, and then give them the corrective action. Now, inspection, testing and certification, why it is very essential is, now you see these water bottles kept in front of you. How many of you will go and ask someone and ask, can I have this water? No, you just open it and drink it. Why? The reason behind it is, there is safety and quality built into it. There is an ISI standard. You can just see the water bottle. You find an ISI standard there. Now, without ISI standard, this cannot come. These bottles cannot be sold in Indian market. So, standard is playing a very important role in these things. So, I just skipped these. We are present in so many countries, and these are the services which we are offering in India. And 61730 is basically the type testing of solar modules. And for the UL market also we service, because the US people don't accept IEC standard. They say they want UL standard. And these are some of the testings which we do on the power plant side. Now I quickly run through these are some of the safety tests which is happening, and this leakage current exposure, it rises like anything due to various environmental factors like humidity and temperature. It's a hot, humid climate in India, and this is very predominant in India right now. And even IEC, they somehow didn't know this problem after something happened in Australia about 2 years back. They started drafting this standard. So this, if you go back and see some of these Chinese modules now which are coming to India, first thing they say, I am PID free. And what is this PID free and what is this test? Now, the modules are normally have to be tested at 85 degrees temperature, 85% RH, at minus 1000 volts for 96 hours. The grueling test. And after that, they test the output. It should be less than 5% degradation. If it is more, there's no point in taking these panels in India today. So that's the reason why we have been insisting on people now at least wake up, ask for PID-free modules. If you get PID-free modules, at least you are safe. Here we are not talking about 1 or 2 year generation, we are talking about 25 years and beyond. Another problem with thin films. Now 70% of phase 1 has got thin films. Thin films have just got 5 years history to back it up. And that also these modules are all in European Union. Now when it came to India, some of the modules started degrading very fast. You have delamination taking place. I'll show you some of the photographs which we have taken in some of this Indian sites, and they have failed. We have a classical case of 5 megawatts plant in Rajasthan which has failed. Just imagine, that time it was 10 crores per megawatt, about 2 years back. 10 crores per megawatt, and you can imagine 5 megawatts, 100 crores gone down the time. Modules have failed, and to top it, the person who sent, or the person who supplied this module from abroad, has shut his door. 13 companies in US have closed. They couldn't bear the onslaught of Chinese modules. Now what do you do with the warranties? They give you warranties. Now where do you go now? Company shut? That's it. People go all the way here and file a case against that company. Nothing is going to happen. Right? So, need to be very careful with thin film modules especially. Now these are some of the risks which are involved in PV power plants. These are risks which can be mitigated. Now, MNRE has been very good in bringing out the phase 1 document, wherein they said at the last page you see that all modules should be IEC certified. This for safety and quality, including the balance of plant, inverters, everything. They said it has to be IEC certified or ISO certified. Otherwise, no way you can put these panels in India. Now, going beyond this, now what is that which is available for while you're putting a solar PV power plant? What is that standard which you have to adhere to so that the plant is safe and it's built with quality? And this is the standard. EN 62446 is a standard which you can apply right now. And even I have been telling MNRE, just somewhere down the line, you put the standard so that when you're talking about 25 years of life of this solar PV power plant, we need to have some standard in place. Let's have something done when someone puts up a solar PV power plant. Let us do a testing before they connect to the grid. Let us look into all sorts of issues so that we don't face a problem. So we can apply the standard. We have been applying to many of these power plants. We have found a lot of problems. I'll quickly run through what is this, because there's lack of time. These are the instruments which go into the power plant. How do we test it? This is an IV curve, which we tested at sign condition. This IV curve and the STC condition, that's the condition at which the IV curve is being traced at lab, should coincide. If there is any issues here, we'll come to know there's a problem. Okay, these are the images. Shadow effect causing hotspots in modules. Here you find hotspots in junction boxes. If you're walking through a solar PV power plant, you will never notice these things. Shadows coming because of bad designing of power plants. Here, what happens when a module is one cell is shaded? What happens to the output? You can see at the right hand side. Tone back sheets are there. EL images is for different sort of a technology wherein we can find what has gone wrong with the cell inside the panels. It's a electroluminescent image. It's like an X-ray. You can have a look at module failures. Why it has happened, you can see this one. Examples of failures, quite a few photographs which are taken from power plants. Module failures due to arcing, junction box addition, breaking down, EVA discoloration. This you find EVA discoloration in many of the power plants right now in India. Delamination. You can see the ingress of moisture inside the panel because of delamination here. This is because of the structural failure, the way the structures are being made in power plants today in India. Everyone is in a hurry to complete it. So you see what has happened. This is a module from US. We think very high of them, but even their modules are failed in India. Modules not being cleaned, arcing between connectors, and some problems with the tracking. How they are installing the structure just inside to the soil without any proper foundation being made. OSHA standard is never followed in power plants. That has to be brought in. Of course, on the AC side, you are very clear because the electrical inspectorate who comes to the power plant is going to see the AC side. So everyone is very clever. They do it as per the regulations. Otherwise, you can't connect to the grid. So AC side is good, but when coming to the DC side, there are a lot of issues. So thank you, gentlemen.